Ian is a superb player. He's a past 3-time bowler of the year. He is just a great player under these sort of situations. He can really get himself going.
Here's our champion commentator, Sue Castle.
Yes, Alan, while Sue was up here, she was saying how easy it was in practice to get out there and throw strikes, and when the lights are turned on, the nerves, the tension of the whole match gets to you, and that's a classic example there. You'll see that Sue doesn't get the ball down the lane long enough, goes high again. She'll take 9. That's a good result from that. But no, she's got to make the spare. But she's a very experienced player. She's past Asia Bowler of the Year, past World Amateur Bowler of the Year. You can't talk too much about her.
And takes the spare. Cara Honeychurch. How many left-arm bowlers in Australia, Terry?
There certainly are. They probably range about 20% of most fields are left-handed. But Cara is exceptional. She won the Asian Kent Masters, which is an international tournament in Malaysia in '92. Run second in the South Pacific. She's a great player also. She's extremely experienced for such a young age, and she has a great future and a great career in bowling. See here again, just not giving the ball a little bit of air. They're lifting their head a little bit and trying to put the ball in the pocket, and you really have to trust it. You have to get the ball out and let it come back. Just like that.
"21-year-old bank clerk Robert Thompson."
Yes, he did ask me to mention his bank, by the way.
The Commonwealth?
Which one, yes. No, Robert's had an extraordinary 92. Let's see if he can cap it off. Let's see if he can bowl a good game here. Was a good shot again, Robert. Like Billy, likes to play the big power shot. Gives the ball a lot of lift. Turns it out, sends it out wide, brings it back, trying to use the angle. You'll see here he bends the elbow, gets right through the ball. The ball comes up, leaves what we call a weak 10, the 6-pin, just not getting the 10-pin out. But he ran second in the World Series in '92 and picked him up a nice $7,500 for that lot. So, plus he won a skins tournament in Perth for another $4,500. He's had a great year.
Not a lot of chat going on between the players. I suppose in their first round matches, everyone's a little bit nervous as we watched John Sullivan, very experienced campaign. I suppose to get your bowling right before you start the chatter.
Well, I think what it is they've just got to sit down and see if anyone's going to take control of the match early or what they've got to do, and that's probably why. But, you know, John Sullivan in the early days, they used to call him Mr. Magic, but these days they just call him Sully. He's getting on a bit, but...
runs half marathons in his spare time, keeps pretty fit.
It's a great shot there from John. And here we are down in the 3rd frame with this great strike from John Sullivan. It's 2 pins the difference. Victoria up 40 in the 2nd. It plays 38 to New South Wales.
And welcome back to Richlands. Billy Gardner.
Well, he didn't throw such a good shot his first time out, but as I said, Billy is such an explosive player.
Actually, he's the first bowler in Australian history, isn't he, to bowl 300 games in the one tournament on the one day?
He certainly is. He's a great young player. Well, he won't be happy. It's not where he wanted to throw it, but as I said, the big power ball just gets so much mix. All he has to do is hit the head pin, and he's a big chance to get a strike. See here, gets right through the ball. You see the ball across, but just clips the head pin and just creams them all.
Very powerfully built, isn't he?
He certainly is. Gets down very low to the foul line. That's where you want all the power. You've got to generate all that power to the foul line. But Ian doesn't play the power game, but he's a great player.
Yes!
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, Ian got up. He's thrown 2 strikes, He's thrown 2 strikes, 2 shots. He is such a good player. This is why he was 3 times bowler of the year. A great extension, hits the pocket, he's great concentration. Probably the best mental game of any bowler in the history of the game, I believe.
Sue Castle.
see what Sue can do. She really needs to get a strike here. They've got a strike up through Billy. She needs to make it a double.
They like it.
Great shot, come on.
That was a great shot. You heard her as soon as she let it go, say shot. She knew it was good. 10 in the pit, that's perfect. Right through the ball. Good shot.
Let's see Cara Honeychurch's reply.
And the Vicks have got a double up. She can make it a turkey. And she does. What a great match this is turning out to be.
Great shot.
Well, the Victorians up with an early turkey. New South Wales have got a double, but they're 12 pins behind at this stage. That was a great shot by Cara.
Well, this fellow works in the bank. He better do a bit of counting on the pins here.
Well, he better make this one accurate. This has got to be right in the pocket. He pumped that one up.
Almost got away with it.
He almost got the lucky break, but he sort of overturned that one. He needs to get the ball to go a bit longer down the lane, bowl it a bit more rather than just try and throw it out there like he did there. Needs to get a little bit wider so the ball goes up high. Enormous break again. Just take 9. Just got to make sure he makes a spare there. Victorian's got a turkey up. Can't open any frames.
Smoother delivery. Some bowlers just throw it out there, don't they? They just hurl it down the lane.
They do. They also seem to feel that speed is the way to knock the pins over, but it isn't. It's actually ball rotation. By getting the ball to rotate a lot, it mixes the pins up. But here's Sully, John Sullivan, 47 years old. I've bowled against him for 20 years, so he's a great player.
Likes it.
Yes!
I think he gave that last pin a bit of a hurry up on the way.
He certainly did. You know, John Sullivan is just such a good player. He's been around for so many years, and this is the answer why. He knows how to strike when he has to. He's just terrific. Great form.
Wales. Billy Gardner.
Well, in actual fact here, Alan, you've got like Billy and Robert, who are more the young breed of player. You've got Sue, who's the very experienced, probably more experienced than the other two guys. Well, definitely. Let's see if Billy can get a strike.
Come on!
Well, it's just going through high. You can hear Sue. Just want to make sure they get a spare, but the Victorians have got such experience. Like you've got Ian Bradford, who's 3 times bowler of the year, John Sullivan, who was a bowler of the year. He's represented the FIQs many times, won gold medals, travelled all over the world. Cara Honeychurch, who's won internationally. It's experience plus in the Victorian side.
Yes. I don't think he was too sure when he let it go.
No, it was going the other way. You can see Sue and Robert there. They're sort of happy to get away with that one. The ball just jumps, hits the 6 pin, comes off the kickback. Not the way you want to pick it up, but big sigh of relief. But here comes Ian. He's got 2 strikes already. Let's see if he can make it 3 and extend Victoria's lead with a 5-bagger.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Not where I wanted it to go, but the result wasn't all that bad.
Exactly. You know, when you throw a shot that bad and you get away with 9, you're pretty happy. See here the ball running across. Almost gets to the Brooklyn, but not quite. Ian will change balls here to a lighter weight ball. Bruce spares, wants it to go pretty straight, doesn't want it to hook. Plays a very, very high percentage for the spares. Not a problem.
Well, New South Wales need a strike.
They definitely do. At this stage, you've got like New South Wales have only had 2 strikes. Victoria have got 5 with a 4-bagger up. They're 24 pins down in the 6th frame now. With Sue, she got a strike before. She liked it. Let's see what she can do. Hope she'll get another one. No, just not getting it out. They've got to... One thing with the game under pressure is you tend to lift your head up and you tend to just look at that head pin just as you're about to let the ball go, and you drop the... Because of that, you drop the ball short. You rear up, the ball falls off the thumb hole a little bit early, and it causes the ball to go a little bit high, but that's just pure tension. She's got to get up there and make spares again. Pinfall's all important because of the end of seedings.
Oh, no, good shot.
Well, she said not a good shot there because she hit the thumb hole, but you know, you want the ball to go straight when you're going for spares, and hitting the thumb hole gives you the result. See here, she just flips it over. Oh, good spare. I wouldn't be worried about hitting the thumb hole, but let's see what Cara can do. Let's see, Victorians here have stopped striking now. Ian got a 9. Cara got a strike before. She's gone spare strike. She wants another one. Very tentative. Very soft shot on that one. But no damage done. As I said, they're running at a 220 pace. So great, she stops. She has a very good plant, and then she extends through the ball. That's actually where you get your power from, by stopping, and it's like a leverage or a fulcrum effect with your arm, keeping your shoulder stiff and pendulum the arm swing through.
Curls, yes.
Yeah, that ball hooked beautifully back into the 5, pick up the 5-8. That's a good result, stays clean.
Well, New South Wales have got to play catch-up now. They're running out of frames.
For them to have any hope at the moment, if they strike out, they can shoot a 224 game, so they have to strike. No, well, you know, the side from Robert tells it all. It's another shot he didn't get back. You see here, he gets right inside the ball, turning it right out, trying to bring it right back. And yet the other guys, the Victorians, are playing it more down the boards, and they're getting the better result as it stands. So I think maybe the New South Wales young guys here should try and tighten it up a little bit, but got to pick up the spare. Can't afford any opens.
Of course, all pins, regardless of the result of each match, are so important come the end of the tournament.
They are, Alan, because, you know, even though you might go out and lose, if you can get up there and throw a couple of big games, you can get some pins back. You know, if you lose this game, you can come back. So long as you keep it close, there's only 20 pins for a win. So pinfall is all important. Oh, that was...
He thought that was pure.
Well, it was. You could hear him there. What a great ball. It was a great ball, but as I said, that's the one thing with bowling. You can do everything right, not get the desired result.
Why didn't that pin fall?
Why didn't the pin fall? Well, what actually happened was the ball drove straight through, and it takes the 5 pin straight out. The ball is actually supposed to hit the 5 onto the 8, but it hit too much onto the 5 pin and took it straight out.
Picks up the spare.
Well, at this stage, the bottom of the 9th, you've got Victoria 186 in the 8th plus a spare, and New South Wales 161 plus a spare, so Victoria are 25 pins in the front, in the lead.
South Wales, Billy Gardner.
Well, Alan, I really don't believe there's much of a hope in winning the game, but they certainly can narrow the gap. If Billy can get up here and get 3 strikes, we'll finish them with a 2-10 game, but not to be. Let's put some 180 in the 9th and a spare and a strike here, give them a possible 200. Victorians pretty happy there. They've bowled an excellent game. They really have bowled a great game. They've all had strikes, and they've all put in good performances.
They've played well as a team.
They have. They really have played well as a team, but really you've got a lot of maturity there in Ian Bradford and especially John Sullivan. 47 years of age and still out there enjoying the game.
Not this fellow, he's only 19.
This fellow's 19, he's got his future ahead of him, and a great future it looks as well. See him just changing balls, maybe try something different. Try and get a little bit of extra settled for the next game that they have to play.
Yes. He knew it as soon as it left the fingers.
Okay.
Well, they've shot 200 and lost, so That's not a bad game. That's quite a good game. No open frames. That's an excellent game. Would win most matches. But Ian just finishing up here for Victoria. If he can strike out again, Ian being the competitor that he is, wants to strike out, shoot 230, make sure they end up in the top position. Now he gave a little bit too much room there. I think he sort of eased off that one a little. We'll see here in the replay, he sent it out wider than he had done before, trying to see if he had a bit more area, but it wasn't to be. He's got to make his spare, though. Spare and strike for 220. And also, plus they get the extra bonus of 20 pins a game, so it gives them 245, gives them 45 over for their first match. That's looking good, and the smiles there for the victors.
And finishes with a 9.
Well, gives Victoria a 224 game.
And Victoria to beat New South Wales by 24.